I was in the Army, and I signed up for the Army on 9/11. I was 19 years old. I did not know what I was getting myself into, as my dad, a Vietnam vet, alluded to that evening. But I knew that I could make an impact. I did almost 7, so just under 7 years. Ended up in Sadr City, Iraq. Split up between 2 camps, Fob Rustamaya and Fob Hope. We nicknamed them both Rocket Maya and No Hope. In 2006, it was deemed the most deadly place on Earth. There was nearly 100% chance that when you left that gate, at some point you were going to get attacked. We joked about he has the PTSDs. We joke about that because we were afraid that what was happening to us was possibly uncontrollable. It made us vulnerable, it made us weak, and that was something that was not accepted. You go through evaluations, and it was clear to the person administering my evaluation that I was not going to be fit for another tour in combat. I wish that there was another way to express it, but at the time, only anger. It is hard to come back to a normal life and just shut it off. And while the Army taught me and trained me very well on how to go to war, they gave me virtually zero training on how to come home from the battlefield.
They have sort of these 2 warring parts to themselves. And these men and women have to sort of figure that out on their own. And how do you go from being one thing one day to the very next day being this other thing? They're a complete contrast to one another. That's a really hard thing to do.
I was having road rage incidents. I was having fights and altercations with people for no reason. I was working 100 hours a week, which was fine because I didn't sleep. My symptoms were starting to creep into every facet of my life and overtake them until I didn't know what to do or how to see my way out of it. I didn't go to war by myself. I didn't get in gunfights by myself. Got in them with my team. And now guys come back here and they're trying to fight these battles by themselves. It doesn't work. We had 9 guys die in Iraq. We've had 14 suicides since we've been home. More guys have killed themselves than died in war. My company commander killed himself. The lower enlisted guys said, well, if he can't do that, how can I do this? I'm never gonna stop this. So I started burying guys who never made 30. And I said, no more, I'm not doing this. It was brought to my attention that while I focused on these 14 guys who have committed suicide, there were countless others who failed, like myself. I had been home from war for 5.5 years. I felt every single day of my life had been overrun by my memories, by my flashbacks, by my dreams when I slept. And I said, I'm never gonna get off this cycle. This is gonna be my life. I'm not gonna live my life like this. So I went to the VA and I got my prescriptions filled. Called my wife on the phone. And I told her that I was tired. Dog tired, and I couldn't do it another day. I apologized to her. And then I started swallowing the pills. By the mouthful. Hundreds. She listened to me drift off, wanting to die. And I woke up, my wife was there. I had just put the one person in this world who hadn't given up on me through probably one of her worst days of her life because I was not willing to do the dirty work that it took to grow from my experiences. She saw something inside of me worth redemption, that had value. I did not. But I had a lot to live for. I just couldn't see it. When I woke up, and I wasn't dead, It's much like waking up on the battlefield when you're not dead. You better get up and fight. Someone's probably gonna try to kill you again. It just might be yourself. There's only one thing that can bring you out of the dark, and that's the light. Many civilians ask me, how can I help veterans? Is there an organization I can give my money to? The truth is, I'd much rather you give your time to a local veteran that you can go talk to, and there's plenty of places to do it. The more interactions we have, the smaller that gap gets, the bigger the bridge gets, the easier it is to have empathy, the easier it is to connect and relate to someone. I don't have a rifle anymore, but my fight is no different, and I fight with the same vigor I did in Soldier City. I know that my enemy is a complicated one, and that means that I have to do my work to make sure that I'm victorious.